anybody here has ever worked with Streamlabs, there is, I don't know if I'm going to be pointing to it on the screen, but right here, there's a thing that shows the super chats from previous broadcasts. And I want to remove it, but it won't let me do it. So, if you know how to do that, please let me know. Because I'm confused. I don't know how to do this. Does anybody know how to remove that thing right here, the Antonio and the Thomas whatever on Streamlabs? Curious. Because I need it to go. Because I will use this for doing recordings, but I don't see how to. Damn it. Sucks. Also, do a chat too if you're in here so I can see you and say hello, but I do not know how to remove this. What does that say? Flip camera, mute, stop. Oh, thank you, and you're welcome. Hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more broadcasts. Forgive how I look. It's midnight. I don't have any makeup on. I told you I'm about to be 50 years old. So, but why do I feel like I have to apologize about that? I don't know. Anyway, point is, the reason I'm putting this video up, honestly, is not about a reading or anything like that. It's about anybody who knows, works with Streamlabs, how do you get rid of this? And also, I'm going to have to make our messages smaller because I see people typing. But, oh, cool. See, I can chat back. So that part's cool. But this right here, that's not cool. Hello? What is the name? 2M, that's all I can see. It doesn't let me see the full name. Yeah, if anybody has some advice for me here on how to get rid of this, let me know, because I want to do readings and I want to use this actually, but I've got to be able to get rid of this. I'll try to do like a Google search or something like that, but I don't know how to get rid of it. And guys, if you type any messages just right now, make sure they're like really, really short. And the reason I say that is because the text is so big right now that I only see like a couple of words. I'm gonna have to work with it. I've got to learn how to use it. So forgive me while I'm playing around with this. I'm not trying to ignore anybody, but I'm trying to figure out how this works. And it looks like, unfortunately, I can't change the chat size either. Hold on. Maybe I can. What do I have? Alerts, master volume, spin wheel. What is a spin wheel? I don't know what that is. Credits, stream the jar. Oh, crap. I don't know what the jar is. General settings. Reload the widget. Nope, that didn't do it. I thought maybe that would do it. What else? Forgive my white arms. Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of this. Anyway, if anybody knows how to get rid of this, please let me know. Who's in here? I see 2 people. Sorry, I'm oogly. Still loving my crystal. Don't forget to check out Warrior Crystals, guys. I have a post in my community section about him. He has some really cool crystals, good prices too. What else did I want to say? Everybody's here, but nobody's saying anything. Or if they are, it's not showing up. Oh yeah, it's Leo full moon right now too. I haven't noticed anything, no effects from it. Anybody else had any effects from the Leo full moon? Because I haven't. It's been actually really boring today. But I was happy about that because I felt like I needed that kind of day where I could just chill, not really have to do anything. Do 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 do. Forgive me. This is the great way to do readings, just like this. This is the way I'm going to do them from now on. The lazy tarot person does tarot readings today. I don't know how to get rid of that. Please give me some advice about grief. Okay, well, I can't give you a lot of advice about grief, but I can tell you this. Crystal-wise, the best thing that, that you can do for grief is called Apache Tears. It's kind of a form of obsidian, and it's absolutely wonderful for grief. Also, coralized agate, something else you could look up. It's very good, especially if it's family trauma. With my own grief, that is a very long process that I wouldn't be able to explain right here. It has been a very long journey that I've dealt with, but basically it involves changing your mindset about what happened. And changing your mindset makes you have to go against some belief systems that you've had in the past, where you put the blame on other people, or you thought that the world was out to get you, or that kind of stuff. And you have to focus more on what brings you joy. So for instance, say I'm grieving because my father died. I need to spend more time doing the things I love to do, like tarot readings or singing or something like that. Shifting my focus from the sadness onto the thankfulness that I had time with that person. And realizing that that person wouldn't want me to be sad. There's so many different ways that you can deal with it, but I'm actually pulling cards as we're talking too. Transformation is hard. Like anything that you have to let go of is really, really hard, especially when you were emotionally and deeply invested in it or in that person. But you have to understand that that's putting a lot of weight on somebody else's shoulders to make them responsible for your happiness, for your comfort, that kind of thing. So, I don't know your situation, so it's hard to answer that question, but I don't know. Anyway, if anybody does have any suggestions of how to get rid of this chat thing in the middle of the Streamlabs streaming thing, let me know. Because I'm actually digging it, but I can't get rid of that, and that needs to go because it's a distraction. I like it because I can actually type in a link if I want to. We're choosing when we grieve. I mean, I'm not saying forever. Of course, we're going to grieve about things. But after a while, it's a choice because we're choosing to focus on that pain And we need to take responsibility for the fact that we're doing that. We're choosing to stare at the pain rather than to stare at, okay, I can't change that, but how do I move forward, and how do I live a life that's happy? Why do I have to keep staring back at that closed door? Just saying. We choose to grieve. I got rid of that. You're welcome. I know that's not very great advice, but, without knowing the situation. Yes, I can only see capable of visiting in our dream states. That's the only sentence I can see because it's so big. But if you're asking me if that's capable, yes, you can do that. You absolutely can do that. I wouldn't infringe on people, though, that don't want you to. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, a lot of us are struggling with some sort of endings, or some sort, it could be deaths, it could be endings of relationships, endings of jobs, anything like that. But what this is basically saying is, like, it's all because of our belief system. We believe that we have to grieve, that we have to focus on that negative, or we have to, even for some, there's a persona that if you heal too quickly, then you must not have loved that person. You know what I mean? And there's nothing further from the truth. You heal because, let me put it this way, you can't stay in that state forever. Life still has to go on, whether the people around you like it or not. But we choose grief. And I know a lot of people will argue with me about that, but we choose it. Because I have something right now that I could be, well, actually I have a lot of different things I could be grieving. And I'm not going to lie and say, oh, it never crosses my mind. Of course it does. But what do? I choose to focus on what doesn't hurt. That doesn't mean I ignore it or forget it. It just means I choose not to focus on it. And especially if it's somebody who walked away, or I'm still waiting on a dram. That's all I can see. That's why I've got to fix the chat. Maybe I need to restart this. That way I can talk to you guys and I can actually read the chat that you're putting through. Because I need to tweak these settings where I can, like, effectively talk back and forth with you guys. Because I want to talk to you too. I don't want to just do readings. I don't remember what I was saying now. There's sort of a social aspect to grieving is all I'm trying to say. And I know a lot of people will argue with that, but there really is. Like, you can miss somebody without, yeah. I'm going to say this too. For people who've passed on, you can still feel them around you. You know they're still there. You can't prove it, you can't prove it, but they are, and you know it. So that's another reason not to grieve. But for the people who chose to walk away, especially, or they didn't think that you were worth the efforts, that kind of stuff, why would you focus on that? Why would you stay stuck in that energy? Like, back in the day, I did that. Don't get me wrong. But now that I look back, it's like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, why do you want to hold on to something that doesn't want to hold on to you? Or doesn't care about you? Yeah, you shared so much love. I saw that much. Like I said, I can only see part of the comments, so forgive me. I'm not trying to... Yeah, we need to stop trying to hold each other back, though. I'm hearing a lot of stories of people doing that. And I'm not talking about just in readings, like in real life. I'm hearing people talking about, well, this person was married and they wound up, they started seeing somebody else, whatever. It's none of your business. Your belief system doesn't like that, but that's their life. It's not yours. It's not your life. It's not your choice. I'm not talking about you, the person who was talking. I'm just saying people in general. It's none of your business what other people do. It doesn't matter if your belief system allows it or not. It's not your life. It's their life. Just like if I don't want somebody to walk away from me, obviously I can come up with a million reasons why they shouldn't have walked away from me. But at the end of the day, it was their choice. It's not up to me to decide if they're right or they're wrong. I wasn't right for them. Or they weren't right for me. It depends on how you want to look at it. People can love each other and lose the feelings. I'm just saying. So, I think one of the things we have to understand is our wish fulfillment is not always somebody else's wish fulfillment. And we have no right to force what our wish fulfillment is on somebody else. We don't. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who are doing that right now, trying to force what they want to happen on other people. They're getting something out of it, whatever. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm not even talking about reading wise, I'm talking about in real life. That's why we're in the stages of grief, because we can't let it go. This isn't what I wished for. So I'm going to grieve and I'm going to throw a fit and I'm going to keep reaching out and I'm going to keep trying and I'm going to push and I'm going to manipulate and I'm going to until I get my way. Or, you know what, even in some of the readings, I'm going to quit having sex with this person so that they'll do XYZ, or I'm going to put out more so this person will do XYZ, or I'll give people more money so that they'll do XYZ. This manipulation, guys, has got to stop. And I'm talking to myself too. I'm not talking about just other people. I'm realizing my own manipulation here. And that's part of the process that we've got to learn, to stop manipulating other people. Do you not think that all of the things that you shared with another person could be shared with someone else later down the road, or that you could not have this experience alone? I'm just saying, that person, if they left, if they went away, they chose to go away. You were not their priority. Maybe at one time you were, but you're not anymore. I mean, it just happens that way. It's sad, but it's true. I can think of a situation where there's literally entire families ganging up on one person because the person didn't cater to the mother or to the father or to the sister or the brother. That's not fair. You don't think this person did you right, but yet you're sabotaging them and having everybody jump on them. That's not fair either, So I'm saying we just got to stop this manipulation. It's got to stop. The manipulation is why we feel the way that we do. Because we worked so hard, or we did all these strange things trying to get everything to go our way and it didn't work out. Well, boo-hoo. Stop manipulating. Stop playing Prince Charming, pretending like you did nothing wrong, because that's a lie. You did do something wrong. Whether it was during the relationship or after, it doesn't matter. At some point, you did something wrong too. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. A lot of people choosing because they don't like the choices that other people made. They're choosing to be codependent on the person who's not making the choices they want them to make. I mean, it's really getting out of hand. It's ridiculous how far people are going to manipulate each other. Just saying. Anyway, I don't really know what to talk about right now. I didn't come on here to do that. I was actually trying to see if I can get anybody to tell me how to get rid of this. Anybody who's used Streamlabs, tell me how to get rid of that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you another thing too that I'm seeing, and these are cards that I didn't even mean to pull. I just started pulling cards. So there's a lot of people too that know their person was cheating, so they held on to him tighter. Like, who does that? You know that they've chosen somebody else or they're having relations with someone else and you're not good with a three-way, then you need to let this person go. You know what I mean? Or they need to let you go. However that works out. That's another thing I see. Because I'm not judgmental, y'all. Like, when it comes to, like, relationships, I don't care if you're gay, you're straight, you do threesomes, if you got three wives, I don't give a damn. I'm not faulting anybody. Like, you do you. You do what makes you happy. I don't care. But I'm just saying, no matter what your strategy is, no matter what your orientation is, or that kind of thing, whether you're married or you're not married, I don't give a damn. Be fair with each other. Stop forcing each other to do what the other person wants. It's stupid. Because then all you do is cause a roadblock for yourself and for the other person. So you may be getting revenge against somebody, but at the same time, you're getting screwed over too. It's okay to be vanilla. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I'm fully vanilla, sometimes I'm a freak. It just depends. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I don't care. But I'm just telling you, my belief system, I don't judge people by their sexuality. And when I say sexuality, I don't even mean gay and straight. I mean, I don't give a damn. You do whatever you do. It's fine with me, as long as you're not messing with children. Okay, that's where I draw the line. But aside from that, like consenting adults, I don't give a damn. You blow gasoline up each other's bungholes. I don't care. That's your due. You do what you do. I don't care. But you got to be considerate of each other and stop bullying each other. Stop pushing each other's buttons. Stop trying to force people to do things. Because basically what I'm seeing is a lot of people doing this kind of stuff, and now they're kind of stuck in this pattern of trying to they're kind of like staying in it so that nobody can tell that that's what they did or something like that. It's like they're worried that there's intuition about their forcefulness, about their manipulation, that kind of stuff. And so because they're worried about this being exposed, them being exposed as the manipulator they are, they're playing Prince Charming in the situations, you know. Maybe they're staying with the person who's cheating, or they're staying with somebody who doesn't have the same belief system, or they're okay, like one of the readings I had yesterday, somebody loses a job and then the other person leaves them, but they still come back because they have a guilty conscience that they left him for that reason. So they come back just so that you don't know that's why they did it, but they're not going to stay with you. They just come back long enough to make you not able to see that they totally pretty much left you just because you quit your job. You know, there's situations all over the place like that. Just be honest. Just be honest, and then everybody can move on, right? But how many people here are actually honest about their own manipulation strategies? Have you ever thought about that? You always want people to tell the truth. You want other people to tell when they manipulate you, but you don't want to tell when you've been guilty of manipulating other people. You see what I mean? Sorry, my battery's starting to go dead. But things are going to start going through. I mean, I'm just letting you know, things are going to start going through. But it's not going to start going through until some of us start letting go of that gloaty BS because we manipulated in some way, you know. I also saw a reading the other day. There was somebody who they knew their partner was cheating, so they quit their job. Yeah. So they quit their job so that the person would feel bad for them and wouldn't leave them. Also saw a pregnancy trap I mean, it's just, guys, you've got to recognize this cycle and stop it. Again, I'm talking to myself too. Yeah. A lot of people, you got like so many different options, but it's like you just enjoy manipulating. And the thing is, the problem with manipulation is not good to begin with, but the bad part about manipulation is it's very hard to get out of it too without being discovered. So how about just fess up? I mean, I can fess up right now. I can tell you some stuff that I've done. And I didn't look at it that way in the beginning, but I've done some manipulating myself because I felt like I was denied justice. And I felt like, well, okay, well, if you're going to fuck me over, then I'll just sit right here then. You know? See how you like that. I had that mentality. So I'm not above it. But we got to start getting real about this though. That's the thing. Start really examining what's going on in here. And also when we're dealing with other people, start dealing with them as if they're human, not like there's some number or some strategy or some pawn in the game. Got to start seeing people for the heart, their energy, Anyway, if anybody knows how to get rid of this, please let me know. I'm going to end the broadcast. My phone's going dead. I really do appreciate you guys, and I do plan on doing readings tomorrow. I am going to do live readings, just so you know. Learning what really happened too late, but still. Yeah. There's a lot of people learning what happened late. But you know what? Late is better than never. And that's another thing, too. Some people are not wanting to tell the truth about something because it's like, oh, I should have told this person 3 years ago. Well, you know what? I agree with that. But at the same time, wouldn't it be better to tell them now than to make it go another 3? Let's be honest. If the person you're with is not the person you want, tell them. Your friendship will survive better if that's what you want, if you can be honest about this kind of stuff. But if you're going to lie and act like everything's okay while you toss them aside back and forth, it's not going to work. But anyway, we're all going through some sort of transformation to our belief systems. Exactly. We have to be kind of patient with each other at the same time because our belief systems are changing. I explained that in one of the other readings, So it's difficult. It's really difficult. So have patience with each other, but at the same time, stop the manipulation. Tell the truth about what's going on so everybody can move on and we can be friends and get along again instead of sitting in this, I want to call it high priestess energy, where everybody's doing everything underneath the surface. It's pointless. It's not necessary. None of us should be, let me put it this way, unless you're 12 years old, this should not be happening. We are grown-ass adults. Grown-ass adults are supposed to know how to come forward and speak to other people like adults. Even if it's a little hard to swallow. And don't tell me you can't do it. If you've ever worked a corporate job, you've had to do it. Yeah. I'm just going to be honest. Stop holding everybody else up, and then you won't be held up anymore. That deception that's been hidden, expose it. Know the truth, nothing but the truth. Yeah. I'm just telling you, if you want the truth, you're going to have to give the truth. If you want to move on, you're going to have to give the truth. No more of this playing, y'all. We're wasting years. It's not even days. It's not even months. We're wasting years on lies. And the bad part about this, I told somebody else this once before too. The bad part about lies is this. When you tell lies, people build foundations on those lies you told. So their lives can be swept out from underneath them just like that because you lied and they built a foundation on your lie. Don't tell somebody you love them if you don't. Don't tell somebody that you want to be with them if you don't. Vice versa. Don't tell somebody you don't want to be with them if you really do. You know? But the main thing that I want to bring across today is stop manipulating people to bow to your will. Because that's really bad karma, guys. Like really bad karma. You don't want to do that. And I know most of us, including myself, have done that. And then being what I call resourcefully defensive about being done wrong. Well, if you weren't such a douche nozzle about it, you probably wouldn't be in this situation. And when I say that, I don't mean that you're intentionally being a jerk, but when you are intentionally preventing somebody from moving forward with what makes them happy, now you're both sitting in a place of discomfort and unhappiness. What did you win? Nothing. Maybe you won a car from somebody, because I saw that in one of the readings. Maybe you got a victory. Maybe you got some money. Woohoo. That money's only going to last so long. Now what you going to do? You know? Who knows? Anyway, I'll try to do another one of these lives. I'm going to have to... You know what? I'm actually going to go off of here and come right back on. I'm going to see if I can change the text size and see if I can make it small enough that I can actually read it so that I can respond better to comments, okay? So I'm not making any promises, but I'm kind of playing around with this so I can start having conversations with you guys. Be back in a minute.